right. How is it going, everyone? So just real quick, what I wanted to do today and go over is just I wanted to look at the Mother Jones mass shooting database. So I wanted to cover one question. So there are so many that can be gone over here, but I'm gonna keep it short and I'm gonna get to the point. I want to know, does having an assault weapon matter? People debate maybe assault weapons should be banned. Now I'm not taking a political stand, but I want to know, would it make a difference if they were? Like, does it really matter? And so to answer that, I downloaded this data from the Mother Jones database, and I loaded it into Power BI, or not Power BI, into R Studio. And so I cleansed this data using Tidyverse. I cleaned it up. I separated into state columns. I separated into year columns so that I can do some data analysis here. And so this is the question. I'm going to go over many more probably in the future, but the question is, does it matter if you have an assault weapon? So here's the cold hard facts. Broken out over the past 40 years, this is the answer. If an assault weapon is used in the shooting, there are 11.7 deaths on average. If it is not, there's only 6.7. So nearly double, probably about 80% more. And then looking at this graphically, this is what we're looking at. Might take a second to load, but over here. So this is using ggplot in R. I want to break out, again, does it matter? Yes, they have an assault weapon. No, they don't. Each of these dots is a mass shooting. So we're looking up here. This is the big difference right up here, is the capacity for massive massacres is seriously increased when you have an assault weapon. Most of these shootings fall below the average when there is no assault weapon used. You start to see that the range increases. A higher percentage are falling into this area instead of in this lower area. If you're uncommon with a box plot, 25% falls in this range, 50% inside the actual box, and 25% on the top. And these are, obviously, each dot is the extremes. The end tails are these dots. So you can see, if there's a massive massacre, the majority of the time it is using an assault weapon. And we can see here as well, we can break it out a little bit further, a little more individual here. So we can see this is every single mass shooting by year. We can see here, blue is, yes, they had an assault weapon. Red, they did not. So we can see up here, this is just a massive outlier, these mass shootings. And these have an assault weapon. This one right here is with a pistol. This was actually kind of an outlier even amongst the outliers. So this was the Tech massacre, and it was essentially the shooter got locked in and was kind of in these tight spaces. It took a long time for the police to get with him, and that led to him having a high amount of deaths with just a pistol. Most of them fall in this range. We can see here again, just broken out further using GG highlight, we can see what the shootings were specifically. So again, green had assault weapons, red did not. Virginia Tech, that was the highest ever with a pistol or shotgun, a non-assault weapon. And then up here you have this just massive outlier, the Las Vegas Strip Massacre. He had over 10 fully automatic assault weapons, and that influenced how many people he was able to injure, sadly. And so same with the Orlando Nightclub Massacre, that had an assault weapon, Sandy Hook, Texas Church Massacre. They're massive standouts, and to have those, it seems that you need to have an assault weapon. So the reason that I wanted to go over this is mass shootings are on the rise. This is the frequency of how often they're occurring. Not a beautiful graphic, but you can see back in the 90s, early 2000s, we were having 1, 2, maybe 3 a year, and now it's not uncommon to have above 10, above 7. And it looks like it's decreasing here, but sadly it's not. This data just only had midway through 2019. And we can see here that sadly these go hand in hand. This is the increase of total deaths total deaths from all mass shootings by year. And you're seeing that these are climbing as well. So it's only becoming more and more of a problem. And so really the question here that I want to leave you to decide is, does it matter? If they were banned, would it make a difference? That's for you to decide.